Good morning, YouTube. I'm Ogi F. This is Goliath, the Benelli 600i, and I'm on my way to Pune to DSK Benelli to drop this baby off. Let's get the video started. Yes, an inline 4 kind of morning. Today's going to be a good day. Yeah, so it's been a while now that I had the 600i. Benelli were kind enough to give it to me a few days before my ride to India Bike Week in Pondicherry. And boy, oh boy, what an experience this has been. More than 2,000 kilometers, 3,000 kilometers maybe? It's been one epic ride. A lot of you have been asking where Rage is. Rage is safe and sound. Rage is not at home though. Rage has been with Ralph, Wreck-It Ralph, and he's been riding it around just to make sure that everything's still good and running when I get back. I'm just going to enjoy this ride now, one last ride with Goliath. I think this is the furthest I've ever taken any motorcycle, and you always build that connection with the motorcycle after a while, don't you? And yeah, it's going to be hard to let go of this, but it ain't my bike. Get the f*** out the way, fool! Whoa. Man, I'm gonna miss that inline 4. Oh, you all know Sahil Matlani Bewafa hai. He's got a Triumph Street Triple with an SC project on it. Well, this might not be louder than that because that's loud as hell. Sounds better in my opinion. Rickshaw guy's got a death wish. Kamikaze rickshaw. Now, I'm supposed to be at Benelli at 11 o'clock because I'm meeting Karan, who's one of the guys from the service center, one of the main dudes. And I'm meeting the VP for Benelli India, who is going to give me a walkthrough of the entire facility while I'm there. So I'm going to be recording a video of that.
Thanks, Augie, for coming over. So I think I'll give you a brief about what is special about the place which you have visited and what is the concept about what we wanted to do and what we have achieved as well from the perspective of after sales. By this partnership of DSK and Benelli, the Superbike has become available to the masses primarily by the strategy of marketing what has happened in terms of economy to the customers and also reachability to the customers. So to ensure that, we had to ramp up the network also, so that the customers at every corner of India can be able to get this product. Benelli being a heritage product with almost around 100 years or century of experience, had to come into India and also catch up with the bigger brands already existing. So DSK had a very short time span to reach that zenith of what we wanted to do or what our goals were.
Don't really see the point in having a horn on this baby because that inline 4 is just enough to make people move out of your way. I'm gonna set up the secondary camera now. Just gonna pause it for a while. Nice to see people touring here. isn't it strange how you see another biker on the road and you just wave or drop the deuces and whatnot, and it's just so... It's hard to explain that there's a brotherhood which exists within motorcyclists. And it's not that there aren't enough of us around. There's plenty of motorcyclists around, but bikers is a rare thing. Goliath roaming amongst the giants. These trucks are everywhere. Tiny bursts of power, that's all that this thing requires. I think that inline 4 makes you want to do things that you otherwise would not have done, and you want to just push it to the higher part of that rev range just so that you can hear that sweet inline 4 growl. Just about 95 kilometers now from Pune. Shouldn't take that long, especially on this bike. There's an airplane around here somewhere, an abandoned airplane. I'd love to get a picture of the bike around that. Yep, I think here should be fine. Okay, so reaching that Ghat section which comes up just before Lonavala. This should be interesting on the 600i. Here comes paradise. When you have a loud exhaust, this is paradise. Oh man, that was a short tunnel. Man, riding this again on the highway, open roads. I really wouldn't mind riding back to Pondicherry on this. There's so much fun you can have on this motorcycle, man. There's so much fun you can have on it. Okay, so here's my 2 cents about the Benelli 600i after riding it for close to 3,000 kilometers. I'm going to share the pros first and then the cons later, well, somewhat cons. And yeah, if you've got questions, go ahead and write them down in the comment section and I'll try to answer them. So first up, let's talk about the positives. The seat. Not once did I have a problem sitting in the saddle of the 600i. It's brilliantly made. I don't know what material they've used in that. I think Salt Bay has kind of sprinkled some of that stuff over, but it's just made the seat so comfortable. And right from Pondicherry back to Mumbai, I never had to use the ride-on-air seat, not once. Talking about pillion comfort as well, my pillion was comfortable also. She did not use the ride-on-air seat from Bangalore to Pondicherry. Not once did she complain about it. And in fact, even on the way back, she kept saying that she didn't need it, but me being the gentleman I am, I let her have it. Yeah, so seat comfort is a big plus on this motorcycle. The next thing is the tank capacity. Now, we're going to talk a few numbers here, but I'm going to let you do the calculations. The tank is capable of holding 16 liters of fuel, and that should last you for roughly around 230 to 240 kilometers, and that's quite a lot considering the power this engine has and the speeds which you can hit. So that is a lot. I'm not going to talk about average, you do the math. Next up, let's talk about the mirrors on this baby, these two beauties over here. Now, I'm not a big fan of naked motorcycles, as most of you know who are regular on my channel, and one of the main reasons for that is because the mirrors are so close to you on these motorcycles, because they're situated on the handlebar, unlike fared motorcycles where they're situated a little ahead, so you get a little more to view when you look behind. But not once did I have to like head check and move around to see what was behind me, because while these are situated on the handlebar, I think they're forward enough and they're wide enough to be able to give you a clear view of what's behind and to some extent to what's besides you as well. So that was a big plus, and that was surprising for me. Next, we'll talk about the build quality. Now, before I actually went to Benelli to pick up the motorcycle, there were a lot of people who were telling me about the build quality being poor, service center people not being trained well enough, and so on and so forth. And maybe those people had bad experiences, but again, some of those people who I spoke with don't really own the motorcycle as well. So you have to be an owner in order for me to trust your opinion. Or you have to at least have done some kilometers on the motorcycle before you say something like that. And when I visited Benelli, here's a few things I realized. They focus a lot on their training, and I mean a lot. Their training facility is insane. I think I showed that to you all in one of the live videos I did before I went to India Bike Week. Secondly, the experience I had at the service center was top-notch. Reason being that the head mechanic did about 3 or 4 trial runs on the motorcycle before he signed it off and said, okay, fine, I'm good with you taking it. And what they did in that time is they were checking the engine to make sure that it was running smoothly. They changed the tire for me. I'm no auto journalist or something of that sort. I'm no one who has some influence on print media and so on and so forth, but they still put a brand new Pirelli Angel GT on the rear for this motorcycle just because there was the slightest doubt that the tire would reach Pondicherry and back. And that impressed me, man. For me, not really being a customer with them, just someone who's borrowing a media motorcycle or a test motorcycle, that meant a lot to me. Peace. Yeah, that meant a lot to me. I was really surprised at the attention to detail that they had, and they were even kind enough to adjust the suspension on the motorcycle for me before I went away from there. And that brings me to my next point, the suspension. Now, the suspension on this bike is adjustable, front, preload, rear, preload and rebound. And that makes for a really plush ride. Throughout my journey from Mumbai to Pondicherry and back, not once did I feel that, okay, this suspension's a little too hard or it's a little too soft. I think it was just set right enough by the guys at Benelli. They made both my pillion and I sit on the motorcycle, and then they adjusted it we took a few test rounds on it, and then based off that they adjusted the suspension. And again, they took into consideration that we will be carrying saddlebags and tank bags as well. So that all helped. Also, there were quite a few bad roads which we encountered on the way, but not once did we feel that the bike couldn't handle it. I think it had just absorbed it like it was not there and just moved on with it. Last pro is obviously that inline 4 sound, and really you can't put a price on that because it's just so brilliant when it's moving, and when you're in the higher revs, this thing just starts singing beautifully, and it can hit Billboard chart-topping sounds for you day in and day out. It's just that good. Now, the cons, and again, considering what this motorcycle is built for and what I used it for, they're not really considered cons, but I'm going to state them nevertheless because I don't want to be partial completely to the review. Here's number 1, the wind blast. Past 120, you're going to have to struggle a lot, and your neck muscles and your back muscles are going to be worked a lot on the ride, because if you're on the highway and you don't have any screen protecting you from the front, you're going to have to worry a bit about that. That's number one. Again, that can be sorted by just putting a visor in the front, an aftermarket visor. Benelli doesn't have a stock visor which they sell, but an aftermarket one is pretty easy to get from what I hear. Second up is the placement of these foot pegs. Now, the rider and the passenger foot pegs are placed a little too far behind for my liking. Now, I'm a tall rider. I think I fall under that category. I'm 5'10", but maybe a shorter rider wouldn't have that kind of a problem. But for me, my knees are so far bent that over some time in the saddle, it starts to get uncomfortable. Mind you, the seat, like I said earlier, is brilliant, but the placement of those foot pegs, if they were a few millimeters in front, making this a little more comfortable, I think that would have made the ride to Pondicherry and back a lot more easier. Because the only time either my pillion or me complained about any sort of pain was at our knees because of how far back our knees were bent. Mind you, she's tall as well, so that became a bit of an issue. And the last thing I have is the headlight, and I'm 50-50 with that. It's really not a pro, it's really not a con. The low beam is concentrated more on spreading the light, so you're not really going to get a lot of visibility up front. You're going to get a little more visibility somewhere around that point over there. But the high beam reminds me of one of those Pulsar 220 lights, which kind of focus that beam towards one spot. And if you're in a really dark area, that helps a lot, because it not only focuses over there, but it also gives you a bit of spread around as well. All in all, I think the headlight is good, but it could be better, and you might require some kind of aftermarket additional headlights to kind of make your night riding a little easier. In terms of handling, this is not a bad handling motorcycle at all. In fact, even though it weighs 230 odd kgs, this is not a bad handling motorcycle at all. Yeah, the weight sits pretty low on this motorcycle, so you really don't have to struggle with moving it around. Uncle getting aggressive. Rev bomb. I did almost drop it once in standstill traffic, but that's just when I was getting used to the weight of the motorcycle. But apart from that, I've never really had any issues with the way the motorcycle handles. It's done everything I've wanted it to do, and probably more. Even taking into consideration that I had a pillion as well on board with fully loaded saddlebags and a tank bag as well. I think it never really affected the bike one bit in terms of the way it handled throughout. So I was really impressed by that. I really was. And I'm really not an easy person to impress. Yep, so that's pretty much all I had for the review of the DSK Benelli 600i. If you have any questions about the motorcycle which I have not answered already in this review, please go ahead and comment in the comment section, and I'll try my best to answer your questions. If you like what you saw in this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you really liked it, then go ahead and share it. As always, thank you so much for watching my content. Please at least wear a helmet while riding your motorcycles and ride safe. It's a freaking jungle out there. Goodbye. Hey, hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, good, good.
How was the ride?
Very nice, Ash. I'm gonna feel really bad returning this bike now, yeah.